Hi everyone, welcome to Zara Artistry. My name is Zara and today I'll show you how to start calligraphy with a pencil. If you're new to calligraphy or want to simpler start, using a pencil is a great choice. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the pencil. It's better to use B pencils like B2 or B3 because H pencils are hard and can be tricky for calligraphy. But in this video, I'll be using an HB pencil, which is common in most homes. About the pencil tip, after sharpening, the tip is very thin and creates fine lines. Whether you use a lot of pressure or just a little, the lines might still look thin. To fix this, try drawing a bit on a piece of paper to wear down the tip slightly. This will help you see how the lines become thicker and the differences between light and heavy pressure in your calligraphy. Before we start with the basic movements, let's talk about the paper. It's really important to use paper with guidelines like this one I have here. These guidelines help you maintain the same size and angle for each letters. It's not just a small help, it's crucial for achieving consistent and professional results. Now let's learn about adding pressure to the pencil. When you move the pencil from down to up, don't add any pressure. This gives you a light and beautiful line. When you move from up to down, add pressure to make a thicker line. Here, I'd like to talk about each movement and how to practice them. It's important to exercise these movements well. I recommend practicing at least one line to get the idea. If you need more practice, use 2 lines, 3 lines, or even a full page. The more you practice, the better you'll get. I don't have enough time to complete each line with exercises in this video, but I'll show you the exact movements you need to learn. These exercises are important to practice before you start writing letters, so I won't complete the lines, but I'll show you what to do. For the next movement, we'll create a shape like an N. Start by going up without pressure, then curve and come down with pressure. This helps you practice the transition from light to heavy lines. Next, we'll make a shape like a U. This is completely opposite. So we start from the up, come down with pressure, make a curve, and go up without pressure. Next, we'll combine those movements into a compound curve. Start by going up with light pressure from the bottom, then curve around and come down with more pressure. Finish with another curve going up without pressure. That's it. It's important to keep the lines exactly parallel. Any angles you add should be the same for each line, and all the lines should stay parallel to each other. This is a common mistake many people make when writing calligraphy. They don't keep the lines parallel. It's important to maintain the same angle for each line to ensure your writing looks consistent and professional. Now let's draw an oval. Start a little below the top, go up without pressure, then curve and add pressure as you come down. Before reaching the baseline, lighten your pressure to make the line thinner and lighter, and finish the oval by going up with a light line. For the next movement, we'll draw a line that's twice as tall as the previous exercises. Start by coming down with pressure to make a thicker line. Then, go back up with light pressure to complete the line. Next, we'll do the opposite. Start from the top and draw a line twice as tall. Go up with light pressure, then come down with more pressure to make a thicker line. For the next movement, it's similar to the previous one but wider. Start by coming down with pressure to make a thicker line, then go up with lighter pressure. But here, the curve should be wider and more circular at the bottom. For the last exercise, draw a small filled-in dot or oval, followed by a little curve going up with no pressure. This is useful for connecting letters. For example, in the word good, use this technique to connect double O's or join O with D. Now let's see how these basic movements come together to form letters. When you master these basics, you can write all the letters. For example, for writing letter O, we just need 3 of these movements. First, we go up with light pressure, upstroke, and then add an oval to this and connect them together. And finally, we can use the last exercise to this. Let's see how to form the letter G. Start with the first exercise by going up without pressure, upstroke, and then add the oval part. For the next step, come down with pressure to make the twice as tall, and then go back up with light pressure. And finally, we need another upstroke with light pressure to complete the G. As you see here, for writing letter G, we need 4 movements. To write the letter D, we started by going up with light pressure and then again we add an oval shape to this. But for the next part, go up with light pressure and come down with more pressure twice tall. For the final part, use the curve movement we practiced earlier. Curve the line and go up without pressure and complete the D. Now let's see how we can write the letter M. Start with down curve, where you go up with light pressure and come down with more pressure. We do it again, and for final movement we use compound curve. Come up with light pressure, curve, come down with pressure, and again curve and go up with light pressure. The letter U is quite simple. Start with an upstroke using light pressure, then use 2 curves. Come down with pressure, curve, and go up without pressure. Repeat this to complete the U. To make a W, just add another upward curve, and you have W here. That's it, it's great. Now let's use the movements we've practiced for capital letters. For example, letter B. Start by coming down with pressure, making it a bit wider, like a circle, and then go up without pressure. And add a small flourish, like an oval, and then finish the B with pressure. Now let's practice a word. For example, word big. Now we can need an I here. So we start with upstroke with light pressure, and then we add upward curve. Since we've already covered the light pressure before, just add the G to complete the letter. Draw an oval and finish the G as we discussed. Thanks for watching. I hope you find these tips helpful for improving your calligraphy with a pencil. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our artistry for more art tutorials. See you next time.